Have a nice break, Doug. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the reason we're in this mess is because of bureaucrats and elected officials. When these places were built, nobody had the foresight in the 20s to realize that it was possible that maybe we need one more car for each unit. That's because it was a hit-and-run situation. We just had to get it past planning, get the development approved, get these things slapped up, get it financed, get it sold, make the buck and dodge the bullet and get out of town, like the developers that put some of you up here, especially Ms. Fitzgerald. Now, the reason we have this problem ongoing today that has not taken place overnight, but it's been festering for years and has been ignored, is because nobody has had the brains to deal with it. What we've had happen over the past 10 years is the commoditization of housing due to interest rate manipulation, which has basically put housing out of reach for the average person. It now takes 2 to 3 incomes to put a roof over your head, and that takes 2 to 3 cars because our transportation system is a joke and it will never be adequate, and it's not the solution. The solution is responsible planning. What happened here recently? Irresponsible planning, gerrymandering of districts so the people can get reelected that are voting for irresponsible planning. And so what we have is a dichotomy of people who don't have to deal with this problem. And there are people that are literally working 2 and 3 jobs and missing sleep so they don't get their car taken away. And the whole time the police department is feasting on this whole thing by issuing these tickets because most people just pay them. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the city is going to survive without this hostage revenue. Is there a solution? Yes. The first solution is a moratorium on all new development. You underpark everything you approve, and you got some out-of-town guy coming in here with a hedge fund behind him or whatever, and they want to turn a car dealership into a 4-story building. You almost turn Polly's into a 10-story building and put 1,000 people or 2,000 people on that corner by my house. So what is the solution? We need to throw you people out of here that pass these development projects. And we need to look at what's going on and why we have all these people living in these apartments. Are there illegal living arrangements going on? Are there code enforcement violations? Are there garages that are converted? Well, of course there are, because people have to have a place to live. And that's a result of a commoditized housing market from interest rate manipulation from bad government. That bad government didn't start at the bottom, but it's at this level that it needs to be dealt with. These are public streets. Ladies and gentlemen, be careful what you wish for. If you open these streets up, maybe everybody's going to be moving in here that's homeless that wants to park their motorhome up in Raymond Hills. They say crap flows downhill, and if they dump their septic tank on Lincoln Avenue, it's going to flow down the street. It won't be in front of my house. I'm just telling you, if you open the streets up, be careful what you ask for. Now, on the other side of the coin, when I was running for office and putting up signs at 1 and 2 in the morning, I was scared for my safety because there were a lot of people parked in these cars, jacked up on meth, that looked like they had weapons. I seen people in there tweaking away, looking at their phones. I see knives in some of these cars. A couple of the cars, I saw a gun on the dashboard. I looked in some of these cars, and I didn't want to upset these people because I was by myself. So there is a big problem. That's dealt with by law enforcement. Have they been doing their job? No, because they're all downtown at the bars that the people that put you people in power, who gave us a restaurant overlay district, is responsible for. They're all down there checking out the hot chicks, right? Okay, that's where most of the cops are, because when I call for service on my street when my neighbor's at 2 in the morning blasting his music and screaming and cussing with my kids in bed, you don't show up because you're too busy. You're too busy downtown dealing with the liquor district. What is the solution? No more development. That is the solution. This right now needs to be shelved until you can get a handle on enforcement. Where are the enforcement statistics as it relates to drugs, weapons in cars, arrests? Where's all the data? Are we going to open the floodgates temporarily? And are we going to have this situation get more out of hand than it already has? You've got to balance the needs of homeowners and apartment dwellers. They all have rights, but it's your duty and it's incumbent upon you to find a solution and not throw the baby out with the bathwater and open this place up to an unmitigated mess that we're already on the verge of having to deal with no solution in sight. On the heels of development projects that you just approved. And you almost got the downtown core and corridor special project through. And if it wasn't for a handful of people in this room that stopped it, there would be 100,000 more people in this city. I remember when I had aspirations of having a nice car, but in Garden Grove, I couldn't because people break into it and steal it. Now that I moved here and have a nice car, I can't drive it because the roads are so bad. You people have a lot of work to do.